All right. Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday, so Leon and I are coming to you live from Investing Education Academy. Today, we will be talking about Ethereum. As many of you all know, just cryptocurrency as a whole has been mystified. Like, what is it? How does it work? How do I get in? Do I get in? Is it gone too far? There's so many questions. Which coin is a primary coin? Which is an altcoin? We're going to talk about all that today. And while I do, of course, the housekeeping, Leon is going to tell you why we picked this topic.
Yeah, so last week our topic was what is Bitcoin? And so the two biggest cryptocurrencies out here are Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin has a market cap of I think like 600 billion, and Ethereum is second at I think around 100 some odd billion. So Ethereum is the second most popular Bitcoin out. It's also and that's just an aside.
Cryptocurrency,
right? Cryptocurrency. Just as an aside, so the CBOE, which is the Chicago Board of Options Exchange, which is where a lot of the big boys, big firms, hedge funds, and everything trade options. They actually launched a the CME. Sorry, the CME has launched a Bitcoin futures contract. So once that happens, the big boys are getting in. That's kind of how Bitcoin has become what it's become now. Well, next month, in I think about 2 weeks, CME is going to launch an Ethereum futures contract. So again, that's going to allow the big boys to kind of start moving money into Ethereum. So when these CME launches futures contracts on cryptocurrencies, that's when like the hedge funds, pension funds, mutual funds have become interested, and it's becoming like a thing with the big boys. It's no longer just us retail traders trading it. So like I said, about 2 weeks, there's going to be an Ethereum futures contract. So that shows where Ethereum is kind of in the pecking order, which is right up under Bitcoin. So a lot of people may have heard of Ethereum, may not have, but people that are into cryptocurrencies definitely have heard of Ethereum. And so that's why we're covering Ethereum, because it's the second most popular, second most traded crypto. But I actually didn't know what Ethereum was, to be honest. Like I knew it was a cryptocurrency, but I didn't know what it did, right? Like, I mean, Bitcoin I kind of understand because it's I look at it kind of like gold, like a store of value. I assumed Ethereum was roughly the same, but I found out it is absolutely not. Ethereum is not even a cryptocurrency. And we're going to kind of break down what it is, what it's not, and then, but how it also, so Ethereum is not a cryptocurrency in and of itself, but it has a cryptocurrency component. And we'll go through what that is. So Brent, when you get a chance, you can throw up the first slide. And it's funny, through this research I did, I learned a lot about Ethereum. And like I said, I learned that, so if you ever say you're buying Ethereum as a cryptocurrency, that's not actually what you're doing. Ethereum, you're going to see in a minute, is actually a platform. And then inside that platform is the actual cryptocurrency that we'll go through and get the name of in a minute. But I was actually shocked. Like, I didn't realize that the Ethereum, that name, that term is not a cryptocurrency.
Ethereum, I found out about Ethereum. I knew more about Ethereum before I knew really what Bitcoin was, right? And it was from, well, we're going to pull up the slide, but the way they're positioning Ethereum is less fear around Ethereum, right? People don't know what Bitcoin is, who really created it, but they can actually touch and feel the person who created Ethereum. And let me pull up the slide because it will speak to that.
Yeah, the guy here, as we showed last week, the creator of Ethereum, of Bitcoin, no one knows who it is. Person's never been seen, never been heard of. All that we got from that person was a published paper, but no one's actually ever seen or talked to the individual who supposedly founded Bitcoin. Yeah. So Ethereum is a little different.
Yeah, and Ethereum, when we get to this second bullet, we'll go into how the governments have been recognizing this kid. So yeah.
Yep. So first, we have a slide up here showing, basically we're going to go through a few bullet points and say what Ethereum is. So Ethereum.
So real quick, before we jump in, also, a few of you all had joined us last week on Clubhouse after we leave here. It's going to be the same scenario today. So when we're done with this Facebook Live, we're going to jump into Clubhouse, and you can find Leon Noble. Search Leon Noble, you'll find Leon, or you can search Brent Simpson, you'll find me. But we're going to take this conversation over to Clubhouse so we can actually engage, but that still doesn't mean you cannot ask your questions here. If you have questions about what we're talking about, please post them. We will answer them as we can. But if you want to join the live conversation on Clubhouse, feel free to join us over there.
Yeah. So, all right. So Ethereum. So people think Ethereum is a cryptocurrency. Ethereum is not a cryptocurrency. Ethereum is actually an app development framework, and this shocked me because I just told. Well, I actually just bought some Ethereum, which I thought was Ethereum 2 days ago, and I realized now I actually didn't buy Ethereum, and we'll go into actually what I bought. But Ethereum is actually an app development framework, right? Shocking because you think it's a cryptocurrency, but it's actually not. It was founded in 2013 by can you say that name, Brent?
Vitalik Buterin.
Yeah, Vitalik Buterin. He's a Russian kid. As Brent said, he's a kid. He was a kid when he first started this. I think he was in his teens. Or he's a Russian programmer developer that wrote the first Ethereum kind of theory, and he based it on Bitcoin's theory. So you'll see some similarities as we kind of go through this. So Ethereum can be used to build any type of app that uses digital assets, and all a digital asset is anything that's digital, like email, cryptocurrency, social media posts. Anything you can think of that's digital can be used to create use Ethereum to create that app. And like Bitcoin, it uses blockchain technology. Its goal is to decentralize application control. So to give an example of it, so as we know right now, Facebook is controlled by Mark Zuckerberg, who founded Facebook, right? So with the thought behind Ethereum by the founder of it, it's actually him and a bunch of other people. But their thought was, okay, so blockchain is blockchain around Bitcoin is primarily to track and log Bitcoin transactions. And they were saying, well, what if we could take this and have it log any transaction? So it could be stock trades, it could be home purchases, it could be buying a lamp from the store. Any transaction, they're saying you could build this frame, you could build an app that would then track those transactions on this Ethereum platform. So an example would be, like I said, let's take Facebook as an example. Facebook right now is controlled solely by Mark Zuckerberg. But let's say Brent and I came with an idea. We want to start like our own Facebook, and let's say we just call it Ethereum Facebook. And let's say I created the Ethereum Facebook group section. Brent created the Ethereum Facebook feed section, and then somebody else created the Ethereum Facebook store section, right? And all those are controlled by three different people: me, Brent, and somebody else. And so what that does is that decentralizes the control of what we call Ethereum Facebook, right? Right now, Facebook is controlled by one person. The people's thought behind this was anybody can create an app, but it's not controlled by any one person. So if Brent and I build our own Facebook, Brent and I and a third person build our own Facebook, we could do it with Ethereum platform, right? And so that's one aspect of how you build a decentralized application using Ethereum. You can build different pieces of it. Different people can be all over the world and still maintain their own portions of it, but no one person controls it. So the way the cryptocurrency portion comes into it now is so the people that actually maintain this Ethereum network, which would be me, Brent, another person. So let's say somebody came on to our Facebook and posted a comment. So that post would then have to be tracked in our Ethereum blockchain of our application. Well, when that Ethereum blockchain entry is made, this Ethereum platform would pay Brent and I one Ethereum, well, not one Ethereum, I don't know how much it is, but it would pay us in Ethereum cryptocurrency, which is called Ether, not Ethereum. Ethereum is just a platform to build apps with. Ether is the actual cryptocurrency inside Ethereum, where transactions are made. So somebody came into our platform, made a post, Brent and I would get paid for that because we're maintaining this network, this application based on Ethereum, and we would be paid in something called Ether. And people like Brent and I who maintain these applications using the Ethereum platform, we're called miners. And so anytime something happens on our platform, on our quote unquote Ethereum Facebook, we'll get paid a little bit of Ethereum each time. And also Brent and I can charge fees for say we want to sell products or we want to hold webinars or whatever, we can charge fees for those on our platform. And then we would charge that using the Ether cryptocurrency. So that's in a nutshell. Now it goes a lot deeper than that. And I just gave it a very, 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 very non-technical, high-level example of it. But just know that if you ever heard the term Ether in relation to cryptocurrency, sorry, if you hear the term Ethereum in relation to cryptocurrency, Ethereum is not a cryptocurrency. It is a platform to build distributed applications. Inside that, the cryptocurrency is called Ether, and that is a cryptocurrency that's used inside any platform that's built on Ethereum. So that's the difference between Ethereum and Ether.
So the question came up, like, is it basically $1 trillion industry? Is it going to be $1 trillion industry? Yes. No, when
we believe we can't see the future.
Yeah,
we believe.
Yes. so it should be. It's probably going to be. Let's stay in the. Thank you, Leon. Bring me back here. So normally I'm that guy, right?
Right, exactly. I was like, damn, you just sticking to it.
When you guys go to trade, you are going to see it come up as Ethereum, or when you go to buy it. So when you're like, oh, well, let me go look for Ether, and you don't find it, and you're like, well, you all just said it's called Ether. It's essentially trading Ethereum still on all the cryptocurrency platforms, and Ethereum itself is still considered one of the primary coins, which it's Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Bitcoin Cash, which I still don't fully understand Bitcoin Cash, so we should probably talk about that. But
yeah, maybe do that next time. Yeah,
it's now we're moving towards this decentralized way of like buying and selling, and it's a new wave. I mean, it's happening all over the place. You're starting to see in different countries Bitcoin ATMs. Like as you're just walking down the street, you can go to a Bitcoin ATM. And I mean, that's fascinating for me because as you all start to go in and out, this is where I'm gonna actually plug Attorney Beverly Winstead. Please, 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 if you're watching us, if you're listening to us, look up the law firm of Attorney Beverly Winstead, because there will be tax implications from trading, from buying, from investing, whatever word you want to use. If you're going in and out of any type of cryptocurrency, there will be tax consequences. And some people are still of the belief that, oh, the government's not recognizing it. I don't have to tell anybody. It's my little secret. There's no way in the world I'm claiming this $30,000 profit. Yeah, you need to do that. So just to kind of bring it home from the standpoint, we don't want anybody out here just walking around with the wrong information. We don't want anybody listening to our podcast thinking, oh, well, yeah, I'll buy it, but I don't know the other side. And, as it relates to Ethereum and really the creator of it, governments are absolutely jousting to get his favor and the company's favor. And is the number, we have friends in various platforms in the world, and it's been told to us that, some places are talking about making Ethereum like a regular part of the economy of a country, if you will. That's very real. Also, the governments don't like Bitcoin because they cannot place who did it, where does it come from, what is it. Governments tend to like Ethereum a little better because they can actually sit down with the creator, they can learn more about it, they can understand it, they can digest it. And for that reason, I personally think Ethereum is going to be promoted more than Bitcoin. I don't think Bitcoin is going anywhere. Let me start there. But I think Ethereum has a lot of room to grow. So cryptocurrency is fascinating. I'm still learning a lot about it myself. And, as I'm looking at some of the questions, what are altcoins? Altcoins are actually alternative coins that trade in we're just going for simplicity, the secondary market. So essentially, like if you go to Coinbase, there are a series of coins that are not the primary coins. But if you buy an altcoin, you have to convert the altcoin into a primary coin before converting that primary coin to cash. So again, I'll say the process again. If you're buying altcoins, that means they're not one of the primary coins, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. So any other coin has to be converted to a primary coin before cashing it out. And the way that works is I don't know. I don't know how the transfer happens. And Leon, do you know?
No, I have no idea. No, I mean, I don't look at anything Well, I mean, I look, but I wouldn't put any real money in anything outside of Bitcoin or Ethereum, because as Brent said, those are the primary coins. They're easy to understand. They're easy to transact. You got to do all that flipping and flapping, like Brent just said. You can just kind of get in and out of them easily.
Did you say flipping and flapping?
Flipping and flap. Yeah, I just can't do that. Another point about Ethereum, as Brent said, a lot of people like Ethereum better, and I say people, I mean governments and businesses, because as I said earlier, people can build applications on top of the Ethereum framework. Bitcoin, so just take a step back. All this stuff is based on the blockchain. The blockchain is just think of the blockchain as a database and a ledger in one. It's a place where transactions are recorded, and they're recorded in chronological order. That's all really blockchain is on a high level.
Well, so also like an information super highway.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yep. I mean, all the information there, you can go there and find it, but it's all kept in this blockchain. And for the Bitcoin blockchain, only thing that it can store and transact is Bitcoin. Whereas on Ethereum, it can transact anything, anything that's a digital asset. Like I said, emails. If you're building an app for emails, you're building an app for cryptocurrency. You're building an app for social media. Anything can be built on top of Ethereum, and then you can use the Ether cryptocurrency inside of the application. So long term, Ethereum has a better use case, but of course, who knows what the future holds. I mean, Bitcoin has Bitcoin by market cap is what, $500-600 billion bigger than Ethereum is. So right now, Bitcoin trumps Ethereum, but in the future that may change just because of the flexibility of Ethereum.
Yeah, and also too, you think about how far ahead Bitcoin is with that first mover advantage. Now, is that an indication of how far Ethereum can go? We don't know. And Vitalik is, again, as he goes through, he's literally doing what would be the equivalent to like a roadshow for some IPO companies. I mean, he's going and visiting governments, not businesses, governments. And if anybody knows, government sets policy. And if they're meeting with him across the world, not in the US, but across the world, something's happening. And it was times where the government wanted to create their own coin so they can regulate it, and that failed miserably. I don't think it ever even got legs. So will they try again? Who knows? What will be the future of cryptocurrency? Who knows? But I do know this: the IRS is taxing that stuff now. So for all you all out there, and IRS just put roughly about $75 million into funding for auditors, so to their audit department. So again, I'm saying this not because I'm a client, but because it's important. You all should go to www.irshelpattorneys.com, make an appointment with the law firm. And if you've been investing in cryptocurrency and you don't know how to deal with the tax side of this, ask to set an appointment. It may be a cost, I don't know. But again, for everybody listening to the podcast, www.irshelpattorneys.com. And let me tell you, Beverly listens to all of our podcasts. And the reason why I'm saying this time more than any other time, the IRS just put $75 million into their audit department. They're gearing up to do something. And if you are in this cryptocurrency, I know a lot of people that listen to us are, and they've experienced extreme growth, and they don't know what to do in regards to claiming it or how to make it seem smaller or whatever strategy they're going to use. You need a strategy this year because it's a different kind of year.
Another point on crypto is that Janet Yellen is going to be approved as Biden's Treasury Secretary, and she I don't know if it's recently or a couple years ago, but I know she's of the mind that cryptocurrency should be regulated because, in her words, it's only used for illegal activity. So that can kind of tell you where the incoming administration feels about crypto. Is it going to go? I mean, is that going to change anything? Who knows? But it's just something to know that there could be some governmental risk if the Biden administration does go after cryptocurrency as a sector and tries to regulate it more than it is currently.
Yeah, and it just makes sense. Think about how much money the debt is incurred from COVID. They're going to try to find every way possible to get that money back. And so, just everybody be warned. So we owe you all some picks. Let's see. All right. My pick is one we are all familiar with if you listened to Leon and I last week. So it is Affirm Holdings. I personally like Affirm Holdings. It goes back to what we just said about debt, right? And the government being trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars in debt and growing. At some point, when the stimulus checks stop coming, when people stop, dancing the jig because they feel like they're supported, and the vaccines is distributed, and the government is like, well, everybody should be able to get back to work. We're no longer supporting you. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to need payment plans to acquire the things that, in some cases, they want, in some cases, they need. And Affirm Holdings is in a position to do that. They offer the easy payment systems when you go to buy things on various merchant platforms, and I believe it's going to be used a lot more than it is right now come 2022. So it's received some pullback from its IPO pop, which was days ago. The high was roughly 117. I want to say it hit higher than that, but this chart's reading 117. I thought it hit 122, but anyway, it's now received that pullback and is at 106. I think it's going to have further to go. I think it's going to go lower than 106. However, looking at a dollar cost averaging strategy, I wouldn't wait for it to go too low because I don't think it's going to stay low forever. So at 106, I definitely will buy in, and I will buy incremental amounts over a certain period of time. They have a market cap of $25 billion, which gives it, again, the flexibility to adjust to market needs, conditions, and play in a realm that a small cap company couldn't play in. So for me, I'm picking Affirm Holdings. Ticker symbol is AFRM. It's currently trading at $106.21. So let me pull up Leon's pick.
All right, mine is Porch Group. So I want to make one last one on Ethereum. Ethereum is up just about 1,000% over the last year. 1,000%. So that just shows you how insane Ethereum has gone over the last, just like Bitcoin has gone over the last year. So yeah, my pick is Porch Group. Ticker symbol is PRCH. Is closed at 1865, up 1.5% today. So they're an online home servicing marketplace. You can get things like home inspectors, real estate agents, utility companies. You can compare prices on services, what have you. It's almost like, kind of think of it like the Angie's List, but of home services. And they were a SPAC. So they were, we call a blank check company, came out December 23rd, which means they just reverse merged with another company. So they were a SPAC. They have 11,000 business customers. So, huge business side. So of course, consumers go on there and they put in bids or looking for certain services. Those bids are RFPs, so to speak, go to their business customers for service in the back end. So the interesting about them is that they made 4 acquisitions in the last couple of months, and those acquisitions raised their total addressable market or the size of basically the market that they're playing in now up to $320 billion with a B. The biggest one of that acquisition was a home insurance company named Homeowners of America. And just from these 4 acquisitions, and primarily buying Homeowners of America, they raised their guidance by 42%, their revenue guidance by 42% for this year versus last year, from 120 million estimate up to 170 million dollars in revenue they're expecting for this year. And if that happens, relative to a year ago, that would be 134% increase in revenue. So all that said, what all that means is they made an acquisition. That acquisition greatly boosted their revenue potential for this year by 42% over what it was previously. And if they hit that number again, their revenue will have grown over the past year by 134%. So company's name, Porch Group. Ticker symbol is PRCH.
All right, so everybody, we are jumping over to Clubhouse to have a discussion about Ethereum, and we'll probably talk about other things, Bitcoin. We'll probably be in there for 45 minutes or so. Won't be a very long session, but if you have questions about stocks that we picked today, feel free to come over there and talk to us about that as well. Recently, we found out that somebody who has been doing the picks that we've been, letting you all know about, has roughly returned 60+% in like the last 5 months, which is awesome. So
66%, yeah, 5 months.
yeah, so if anybody has anything they want to talk about over on the platform, please visit us. You can find me, Brent Simpson. You can look up Leon at Leon Noble on Clubhouse, and we're going to keep the conversation going. If you are interested in joining Investing Education Academy, you can click the link in the title, www.ieamembers.com. We are growing. We are still getting new members, and that is awesome. We just got a phone call today. I didn't even tell you about this, Leon. Somebody wants to buy a membership to IEA for a wedding gift. So
nice.
Yeah, so it's definitely we love the creativity in which you all are buying these memberships and giving them as Christmas gifts and birthday gifts and wedding gifts. So that's cool. And our goal is really to demystify the stock market and other investments that normally the minority community just wouldn't engage, or they don't have the proper advice to make them feel comfortable going into that marketplace. We want to be that voice for you. So please, every Wednesday at 9 o'clock, share the information with a friend, talk about it afterwards with your kids, but just know we're going to be doing more inside the community this year than ever before, and we hope to see you inside. So we'll see everybody over on Clubhouse in just about 5 or 10 minutes. Have a good day.